Are you telling yourself that my communication is not good enough? My accent is not posh. I make a lot of grammar mistakes. I speak with so much of error. I'm not confident about the way I speak. I go blank. I get stuck. I don't have anything to speak when I'm told to speak. Now, all of these problems, we are actually fixing it in just one session inside Speak to Lead. And I'm going to give you that secret today in the next 20 minutes. So, if you have any of these communication problems that I just mentioned, this live is for you. Never miss it. Sit down, take notes, implement it right away so that you can see that shift and the change in you. Because what I'm going to give you right now is actually the trade secret here leads to begin that transformation among the leaders whom I'm working with. So here we go. First, we'll understand why are we facing the challenge that my communication is not so good enough, my English is not good enough, I'm not able to express my thoughts clearly. I get stuck in between. I get nervous. I get anxious. When I speak, I stammer multiple times. A lot of grammatical errors are there. Now, all of these things are symptoms. Symptoms of what? The nervousness your body is going through. And because of this nervousness, your brain is finding difficulties in processing the thoughts. And because of which, two things are happening. Number one is your brain is running fast, having multiple thoughts at the same time, getting bombarded, having multiple emotions. One side, your brain wants to give you ideas on what to speak, the other side, your brain is super scared, nervous, and didn't know how to handle that situation. On the other side, your brain is actually observing people. Oh my God, so many people are looking at me. What am I going to do? Now imagine multiple thoughts, multiple emotions, and your brain is literally jammed with too many tasks. And because of which, none of the tasks are getting executed properly. Now, all of this internally happening, externally, we are getting symptoms like we are not confident when we are speaking. We are probably, you feel that your English is not good, your communication is not good, your accent is not good, you're not able to use vocabularies that you even know. And these are all symptoms. How to fix it? Here is the simple two steps that we follow in Speak to Lead, which I'm going to give it to you right now. So start implementing it. The first and the foremost is we follow a structure. Now, if you are speaking for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, the entire speech needs a structure. The second thing is your sentence, every sentence needs a structure. Now, these two things can fix almost all the problem that you have. If you can understand whatever I'm speaking right now, if you can read and write English, I'll tell you, you know English. You are just telling yourself that you're just because you're not confident and you don't know this the system and the process on how to communicate in structure, you're telling yourself that your English is a problem, your communication is a problem. The major problem is your structure when you speak. So what are these two structures? Number one, the entire speech structure is called as 3S method. All you need in order to speak for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, no matter how long it is, all you need is this 3S method. You need a start, you need a story, and you need a call to action, conclusion. At the end, we call it as success. Start, story, success. Or solution. Start, story, solution. Okay. Now, what are these start, story, and solution? When you are speaking, you should decide how you're going to open your speech. If the speech is about, let's just say, your communication. Instead of telling, oh, communication is very good, I need communication, you need communication, communication is the most important thing, that doesn't work. I know you know communication is important. So, what's the point of talking about it? Rather, imagine you're starting with a very powerful story as your start. When I was in my college, second year, I got myself enrolled in an inter college competition. I went into the competition room to realize that there are 100 other participants. The very sight of that room created anxiety inside me. Every single speaker who walked up and spoke was so powerful. When my turn came, everything froze. I know that they're calling my name. I got up. My legs are taking me towards the podium. I looked around. None of the face I could see, it was all blurred. I have a mic in front of me. I was holding my mic and my hands were shaking. I couldn't complete my speech. I didn't have a structure at that time. I didn't know how to speak. All I knew is here is a speech written. I memorized it. I went there and I forgot everything. I couldn't finish. I just somehow managed. I dropped, kept the mic over there. I walked back and literally I started running towards my seat because I need to sit, otherwise, I will fall. That was my situation when I spoke in front of 100 people for the very first time. That's when I decided communication is one skill that I need to work on immediately. I started that day. Today I'm sitting in front of you. When was the last time you spoke in front of people and you realized you need to work on your communication? Here you go, a speech. I didn't tell you how important communication is. I didn't tell you you need it for your job, you need it for your interview, you need it. I didn't tell you any of those things. I started with a story that you don't know, a story that is personal to me, a story that is relevant because the topic is communication. Most of us would have had the experience of walking up to the stage and forgetting everything. I narrated my version of that and I gave you frame by frame description so that when I'm describing, I'm sure you are visualizing that. It is in front of you as a movie getting played because of the description that I gave. And at the end, I ended it with a question. I asked you, I realized I started working on it. Here I am today. Have you realized? What are you going to do? I ended with a question. This is called as structure of a speech. Every single time you want to speak on the stage, you need a powerful opening which your audience will cannot expect. Instead of telling, hello everyone, I'm Yogeshwari, I'm going to talk about a story about my communication the first time when I spoke. And then, thank you so much. This is such a beautiful day. Seriously? What's the point of saying all of these things? The very first word that comes out of your mouth should be so powerful that everyone stops everything and starts listening to you. And it happens when you ask a question, when you start with a story, when you tell some facts that they were like, wow, I didn't know this. That's your opening. And you need to decide how you're going to open even before you are opening your mouth. So the first 30 seconds, you need to stay quiet. You need to create a structure in your brain. Okay, this is my opening, this is my story, this is how I'm going to finish. Right now, I practice, I just did it in front of you. It was not prepared at all. This entire speech, it was not prepared at all. All I knew was, I know that I'm going to talk on two concepts: structure of a speech, structure of a sentence. That's it. Whatever is happening, and I also know how am I going to open. I have already decided how am I going to end. That's it. Everything else is impromptu, spontaneous, on the spot. It is happening because I've been practicing it over and over and over again. Now, all you need to do is you need to have a structure, practice it, and it'll become a cakewalk for you. You can speak on any topic which is relevant to you for any number of hours, and you can still capture your audience. Now, number two is structure within a sentence. Now, here is where this I found out recently when I was working with my clients one on one, where they were telling Yogeshwari, right now we are able to speak, but in between, we are getting all the grammar error, pronunciation error. I'm not able to use vocabulary properly. And here is where we figured out a brilliant way to fix all of these symptoms in just one step, which is structuring your sentence. Now, in order to structure your sentence, you need to understand that between every idea, you need to give a micro pause. Right now, if you are listening to me speak, you would have understood that I am not continuously speaking fast, rather I'm giving pauses. I'll show you how. Every single time you're speaking, your brain is bombarded with thoughts, and your brain is processing so many information at the same time. So you need to calm your brain down. You need to speak slow with pauses in between every single idea. Now, when you give micro pauses between every single idea, you will give space or time to your brain to process the next set of idea, words, sentences, information, so that it is easy for you to complete that thought process that is happening inside your brain and then move to the next thought process. Otherwise, your brain will start running, your mouth will start catching up. One thought, you wouldn't be finishing it, you are jumping onto another thought, next thought, third thought, and that's where your grammar error, pronunciation error, English error, lack of vocabulary, everything they're enjoying. So what is the rule here? You need to give micro pauses in between ideas, and you need to use the structure called, what am I going to say? Why is it important? And so what? What am I going to say? Why is it important? And so what? How to use it? What am I going to say? Communication is all about structure. Now, this is what the point. What am I going to say? Now, why is it important? If you don't use structure, you will face challenges like grammar error, sentence error, pronunciation error, lack of confidence, nervousness, anxiety, completely going blank. So, this is the reason why it is important. And then, so what? Okay, I understood what you're trying to say. So, what? Like, what's the next step? And that's why you need to follow two methods of structuring your speech and structuring your sentences. Here you go. Now you have an entire idea in one framework. What am I trying to say? Why is it important? And what? Now, if you use this with pauses in between the idea, what am I going to say? Pause. Why is it important? Pause. And so what? Pause. If you use this, I can guarantee you, whatever your communication challenges are right now, 90% will get solved. Don't trust me? Try it out and then let me know. Now, if you find this powerful, right now I'm giving you the techniques and methods. You have to work on yourself. I can't give you feedback. If you are someone who wants to change and transform your communication in just 30 days. This is exactly what we are doing inside Speak to Lead. And these are not my words. Leaders who have worked with us are telling that, Yogeshwari, something that I have been struggling with last 30 years, this communication challenge I've been struggling with last 30 years, you helped me fix it in last 30 days. In fact, under 30 days. Thank you so much. Now, this is the transformation we are working towards. This is the transformation I am promising you. This is not for all. This is not for you if you are telling that I'll do it for myself. Good, do it by yourself. Right now, I'm giving you the technique. Practice it, get the result, and then come back to me. This is not for you if you are not willing to invest on yourself. This is not for you if communication is not a part of your career growth. This is not for you if communication is not a part of your leadership journey. This is for leaders who want to step up in their career and move to the next stage. This is for leaders who want to break their stagnation. This is for leaders who want to build that first impression right from the first time when they open their mouth. This is for leaders who want to speak confidently, inspire people, and take that decision, take their career forward, take their business forward, take their company forward, help that client close the deal, make sure that every idea is conveyed properly. This cohort is for leaders. So if you are a leader and if you want to transform your communication in just 30 days, all you need is 30 days. Come join Speak to Lead. Your transformation is waiting for you. Until I meet you tomorrow, sharp at 8, Coffee and Communication with Yogeshwari. I hope that you practice whatever is being shared right now, and let me know how is it working for you in the comments. Also tell me what is the one thing that you want to fix in your communication. Tell me in the comments. We'll make a video on that, live on that. It might help a lot of people like you. See you, bye bye. And until I meet you tomorrow,